All right, folks, we're back with another episode, Tech Influencer Podcast, where we basically study other tech influencers. Let's get it. Let's get it. How's everybody's week?
Not too bad so far. Feels like a Thursday. It's only Tuesday.
Tell me about it. I had an epic weekend in Hong Kong, man.
Amazing,
You
amazing.
realize something? I should be living every day like that.
What'd you do?
Huh? You didn't see the
What'd you
story?
do? I did, but why do you sound so evil?
Just made me
That's what just
realize.
left.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wow, that was so dark.
It's like the feeling that I had probably can equate to like Cristiano Ronaldo was like, yeah, I was busting my ass in Europe all those years. That shit has just come straight to Saudi Arabia.
Ah, that's how you feel now.
It's how I've been feeling for like a decade. But I just like this past weekend was just a confirmation call I needed. All right. How do we all feel? We want to cover a few things today. How to go out there and actually launch your product manager brand on YouTube. What do we all think? What do we all make of? Thank God Palantir is holding strong. What do we all make- I went from like 270% gains to 140% gains, and I was actually upset about it, but I take a look at what's going on the street in Yoido, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that. So let's talk about the Trump tariffs a little bit, but like, um, yeah, have you guys like all started your own? I know Paula here has started her own personal YouTube channel. Like, have you guys kind of all lit up a channel yet?
I haven't lit up a channel just yet. I am looking to start on Instagram. I have a handle. Need to get more clips, but just gonna start clipping up because apparently that's the way to expand your audience as quickly as possible. And so that's, multi-channel and then just kind of spray and pray at this point.
Multi-channel spray and pray. You are not wrong, my friend. So let me go out there and actually. All right. So like I think one of the biggest questions that people have in terms of like building their personal brand, especially starting in 2025, is like where should I actually start my brand? Should it be like on YouTube? Should it be like on Instagram? Should it actually be on TikTok? You guys not gonna like the answer to this question, but like basically like all three. But there are some changes that we actually want to be very cognizant of, and let's actually go ahead and let's sign in here to. Alrighty. So let's actually take a look at like a few of the influencers that like we studied up here. Obviously you guys know yours truly is clicked up with tech sales right now. It's a bigger market than product management and cybersecurity. And I'm gonna be honest, like people ask me all the time, it's like, oh, Rich, are you turning your back on product management? And I was like, not turning my back on product. This is like way more money to be made here. I'm not freaking trying to eat more noodles because of you guys. But let's go ahead and actually figure out like what's the best YouTube video that you guys should actually start off with. The best video to actually start off with, in my opinion, doing the research that I have is, so we talked about like day in the life, what do I do, what do I actually do, how much I make and all that, right? But let's talk about like 2025. Where's a really good place to go out there and start is when you're taking a look at content in general, what we take a look at here on for our marketing team in-house is we first you want to start off with just looking at some random competitors, right? So this guy here is like for cybersecurity, this guy here, cybersecurity. This guy here is probably the GOAT right now in cybersecurity for and he's actually based in Australia of all places. Obviously we got this guy here for tech sales, 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 and sales. So we'll take a look at a few of these channels. One of the ones that I'd recommend starting off, because you got to basically start somewhere. YouTube is the long game. Like you can't be expecting to like make money off of YouTube like immediately, because you need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. The harder thing to go out there and actually get is the watch hours. So this is actually why we're all cross promoting each other right now. But probably the best place for you to start off at is we want to take a look at YouTube video that's actually done well in a short amount of time and also has a high amount of views. So if you take a look at like, okay, like that was uh like something that's done very well, but it's been out for like 3 years or like 4 years, it's like, okay, it should be marinating pretty well by this point, right? So you guys got to think about like every single day that you guys are delaying, every single day that you guys are delaying, like it's, it's not like it's not doing you any good, because you want to get this bottle of wine and whiskey, whatever is your flavor, you want to get that thing bottled up, airtight, sealed off, and you want to get that thing into storage because it's going to start collecting. How I would start learning, let's just say how I would learn product management if I could start all over again. How I would learn cybersecurity if I can start all over again. How I would learn, I don't know, investing if I can start all over again. I'm probably gonna whip one out called how I would learn career coaching, how I would learn career coaching, if I could start all over again. And like that's what I would go ahead and do. I'll plug up like and the next best thing for you to go out there and I would just say is like watch some YouTube videos on it, but 31,000 views 1 year ago, not bad. This homie right here, our cybersecurity friend, 8 months ago, 741,000 views. 741,000 views. 8 months ago, how I would learn cybersecurity if I could start over again. So adding like a time limit to it, like 6 month plan, 3 month plan, 30-day plan. You know, generally speaking, everybody's audience is key market is in America. And in America, people have one great trait. They're extremely lazy. So whatever it can save time, like, they say like this is not get rich quick, but get rich quick is exactly what everybody's looking for, right? We're looking for the next GameStop. So this guy's best performing video is how I would learn cybersecurity all over again. That was 2 years ago. That's his second best performing video. His number one best performing video is how I would learn cybersecurity all over again in 2025. I'm pretty sure when we get together in 2026, the guy's going to be like, how I would learn cybersecurity all over again in 2026. So it's like repeat content, right? More so than like this guy actually like live stream, I think like an actual cyber attack. That shit didn't even do as well as like how I would learn cybersecurity all over again. Um, so you also have to think about like what like that type of content, like what is it that you're really doing it for? Are you doing it for views? Are you doing it for watch hours? Are you doing it to go out there and actually get like like in Paulo's case, you want to get like clients and stuff, right? Like, like for us at Product Gym, we prioritize calls over views. Now we're prioritizing views over calls because now YouTube itself is like its own little revenue engine, and that's the whole thing is like you guys want to monetize. Um, that's actually why like I put off for like the longest time. I personally put off like doing any type of like personal content, but like personal content is actually what's going to get the most views. If you guys actually feel comfortable, like a day in the life, I did my own apartment tour. Some of you guys already got a chance to go ahead and see it. Like I used to think like, where I live have anything to do with my ability to help you get a job? But you gotta understand like there's a lot of creepers out there. We're just not talking about just the regular creepers that already, live amongst us, but just people that are just doom scrolling and just binge watching random stuff on like YouTube. like me. There's tons of those. There's tons of those, right? So that's actually another good one. Another thing is actually, all right, 57 minutes of sales training, in 2024, right? Or like, I think this one's actually pretty cool. 9 months ago. So 46 years of product of sales knowledge in 76 minutes. So again, time, right? So people want to learn from like your F ups. Um, uh, Actually, I think one of our best performing videos for Elevate is actually how long it would take you to get a tech sales job, or how long it would take for you to get a cybersecurity job. Because people just don't have the attention span of like, or the grit to like go through something. I mean, I remember like there was a time in like investment banking where you'd actually do like 4 years and then you decide to move up or move out. Now people are like 4 years, 4 months, they're already looking for another job, right? Ain't nobody trying to stay with Jamie Dimon for like the next 48 months. That's like a long time. So like everything squashed down. So what I recommend is um if you guys wanted to start somewhere, because like also I think the other big blocker with product managers or tech professionals starting a personal brand on YouTube is like, what do you want me to talk about? And also, what am I supposed to be selling or promoting on this offer? Like, am I selling like, as you could see, like some people are like, oh, I want to go ahead and do like, I want to become like a product manager career coach, right? Or like I want to go out there and freelance product management, or I want to go out there and get a deal from Dove, whatever. Like overall, what was I gonna say? Like, you don't really know what is it that you're gonna offer until later on. So you might as well just go out there and just give some shit for free, which is your time and your face. So, you know, I mean, this guy looks like he's 46, but there ain't no way shy of him like operating a freaking, I don't know, a little lemonade stand. When he was like, I don't know, straight out from the womb. I mean, I don't think he's 50, but like ramping up as many years on there. Like I did one that did well that was called like 10 years of product management recruiting experience in 31 minutes, right? So you add the total duration towards basically the very end. And then I think the other thing about like capturing instead of just like title, I think the next thing that you also should be focusing on is actually thumbnail. So a thumbnail that it's been proven to go like this. I've actually seen this thing more than a few times. The face flat on the keyboard, unhappy, like you're over it. Like I should have never gotten into this business in the first place. You know? Yeah, yeah, definitely. People love that kind of stuff. Any questions
Yeah.
so far?
No, I just dropped a link to, I've been sort of into these guys' pod as of late, but it's this like 19-year-old girl's interview on My First Million. She's got she's like the female um Mr. Beast of YouTube Shorts, right? And she talks about obviously thumbnail is something that Mr. Beast has constantly talked about, right? How important it is as the draw. Um, and Jenny actually took it a step further and said they actually manufacture it. And so like the actual still or thumbnail they're using is edited, isn't real content, but the whole point is to act as the billboard for the video, right? So like the title will read like, a chicken joint is on fire because they're giving out like dollar deals on Fridays, and they literally took a picture and edited it to look like it was on fire, just to get more eyes on it. And so I think that obviously makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Um, and then other things that like I kind of started on is um now that I'm posting up just more than just food videos is actually like I started dropping like my stuff for like cybersecurity and then also for product management, which I'm starting to ramp up on like a little bit harder on like Instagram. But I did get more comments off of my personal than the actual company page, which I think a lot of influencers actually call this out, which is like, companies, like they resonate more with an individual versus a company, which is why companies spend so much money on influencer marketing. Like it's a better bet for them right now than like dumping money on like ads or anything else, is like the actual individual. So even even that homie from BlackRock, he's been out like more often right now, right? So everybody is getting to be more of like the brand. I don't know if you guys recently saw like one of the dudes from Andreessen Horowitz. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast. Did you guys see that dude?
No, I
I
haven't
did
seen
not.
it.
No,
Is it
that's
recent?
interesting though.
Yeah. So hang on, let me see. Let me pull this thing up. Yeah, this guy right here.
I think I might
So
have seen some clip.
yeah, this guy.
Mark. Hey, Mark Andreessen.
Yeah, Mark Andreessen. Have you guys ever heard of that book called The Hard Thing About Hard Things?
I
No.
have.
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's
This guy
definitely
was
like an
like
entrepreneur book.
this guy was like the VP of product for like Netscape, and it basically just kind of chronologizes like Sean, did you read Hard Thing About Hard Things?
No, I did not.
James, did you?
I read pieces of it, not the whole thing though.
Yeah, she was fucking
I,
hilarious. So like he was basically like, it was like, yeah, he's been a pretty private person, but like this just made me reaffirm like him coming like about why you have to start a brand. But he was the dude behind he was like the VP of product for Netscape. And it was just basically like the story is like when and then um like that time, I think some of us here are like still old enough to remember it, where it was like, it was the battle of like AOL, Net Zero. And everybody was getting that freaking floppy disk. Way back in the days. Yeah, that was that guy's time. Like Bill Gates just announced like, yeah, we want to get into the browser game. And he was like, I immediately told I assembled an emergency meeting with my engineering team, and I told them the following. Please tell your significant others, wives, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, they will not be seeing you for a long time. You will be working nights, you will be working weekends. We are now entering into critical phase of wartime. And he was like, and it was like chapter 15, wartime product management versus peacetime product management. I was like, it was just like wartime product manager does this, peacetime product manager does this. That was probably like, it's probably the most relevant piece of literature to what product managers are experiencing right now. And I remember this lady was like, but you're not a product manager. And I was like, have you ever read The Hard Thing About Hard Things? And she's like, no. And I was like, then how the fuck are you a product manager? Get the fuck out of my face. Product manager. We'll find out who's the real fucking product manager when shit really goes down. A year later during COVID, my co-founder Cody said, man, you love this shit, huh? I was like, we're about to find out who's the real deal. You know? We're about to find out when you feel like you're fighting Thanos 24 hours a day. 7 days a week. Oh man, yeah. So like he's been and like Joe Rogan actually asked him on the podcast, like, why are you coming out like doing like he's been coming out like hitting up all the pretty much the major podcasts. Um that kid, Alexander Wang from like Scale AI, he's been also going, he was also on Joe Rogan, he's been going down the line. It's like showing like people want to resonate with brands. So the next steps in this is like start like getting your face out there, even if it's like not perfect. Like Chloe Shi, her first batch of videos were like not great. Like I put off my apartment tour, I think for this is actually the same apartment I stayed in back in like August. I actually put it off then, and then they're just like, we couldn't coordinate the time with the videographer out here in Seoul. But I was just like, my marketing guy was just like, Rich, just grab your iPhone and just do it. And I was like, all right. So like we just got to be committed to like one video each, and then everybody cross promotes like on every social media platform that they feel comfortable actually sharing it on. But like next video, I either like by next call like a day in the life, or like how I would learn. And yes, give out the product gym shout out if you guys can. It'd be much appreciated. There's actually like a lot. There's actually like so many more. I just had like got hit up by like 6 people today that was just like, hey, Rich, is somebody here applying to us from like is this person from Product Gym on LinkedIn? And I was like, oh yeah, that person's from Product Gym. I was like, oh, that person should have said it. I was like, there's actually so many sleeper cells. But like yeah, like how you would go out there and basically do it like all over again. Um or like a day in the life. What do I do? What do I actually do? People love seeing the cringe moments. The more emotionally vulnerable you are, the better. I noticed that there's two things. You either make it look wildly depressing and people love seeing that, or you make it look wildly cool, you know? Like, because there's this guy, he's like a day in the life of a cybersecurity analyst in Dubai. And I can assure you they're not popping bottles like that. Like not yet. Not yet, but yeah, people love that shit. I won't call out his name because like I did a call with that dude. He's like, yeah, I rented the Porsche. I was like, if you're gonna rent a car, go pay. I take public transit. It was like,
Fake it till you make it, buddy. Fake it till you make it.
I've
that's-
rented the Porsche. I borrowed my friend Rolex. You know. Oh, but yeah. Yeah. Comments, thoughts, let me know.
Yeah, I think it's all about faking it till you make it. You don't have it till you have it, right? So if
Yeah,
you're
it's
trying
it's
to go
it's
and get
one
it,
side of the extreme or the other side of the
yeah,
extreme, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
this one, like but like you kind of like, you don't have to feel like you gotta stick to like one theme. You can go multiple. Uh, I did get a chance to go ahead and meet up with this Korean stewardess influencer in Seoul. It was pretty funny. But like
Meet up with.
that dude, man, I'm trying to save time too. But she's like a lot of people her TikTok channel is freaking hilarious. She's like a lot of times people glamorize being a stewardess, but in reality, most of the time she's like, we're eating a cold lunch in the back cabin. They 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 don't allow us to eat the food we bring on the airplane. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like Korean Air straight up. Like I catch one of you guys eating one. It's just like even if we bring a cup noodle on board, we make sure that it's not one of the brands that's being promoted by Korean Air. It's like, no, 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 I brought this one from home. So it's just like nobody brings shinramen in there. But and then she was like, yeah, our calves hurt all the time. Like she's like, this is actually at the Korean Air store. For the stewardess, we actually get a promo code. But you know those leg massagers? She's like, as soon as we get to the hotel room, we strap that thing on. if you're not like freaking like lying there like that for like 2 hours, like you're really like if you miss one of those like self massage, like she's like if you got one more international flight, like you're done. You feel like your thing's gonna snap off like one of those freaking coffee mixers. But they give you a promo. Every stewardess has a backup just in case. Like it's literally they'll put one into the suitcase that's like all ready to go just in case like they forget like that one. But she did one where it was just like the not cool part of the job. And I was like, you felt like comfortable just putting that crap out there? And she was like, well, yeah, because it got so much more views than like, oh, you're not always going to Paris Fashion Week, you know. She's like, but she was at Paris Fashion Week like last week. I mean the week before. So like yeah. So like also having that stuff out there too. Recent events, always great to go out there and cover. I think Paola, you saw like you saw like the kind of like the good news about it. But the recent events, definitely go ahead and cover that. And then other than that, like people love like I'm actually putting together. I was gonna do it for myself, but since you guys have been my top fans, I'm gonna put together a meme catalog and share it with you guys. Like you guys know how like one of like the top memes is like, this is actually like proven to be the fastest way to go out there and grow the channel. For like Instagram or like basically any other like social media platform has been like memes. So I had my team. It was a very productively unproductive day. But we were watching. Oh man, it was great. I'm not gonna lie. Just watching memes together and vaping here and stuff. But it's just like, you know, like what bro thinks will happen when he says he's an investment banker. It's like, but
This is amazing.
jeez, it's
Amazing.
like, where were you in 08 when the fund 2008 2008년 when it was real.
Oh man.
But people love like generally speaking, you guys know the shows like people in our industry likes to watch like Game of Thrones, definitely like oh man, this one here. Intern watching analyst making the model in Excel without the mouse at all. Like this, like the Sydney's, like we were just combing on like which ones had like the best engagement. We put everything on there. Obviously, like we just need to get the photo. Put like we're like in the process of removing the watermarks. It's crazy.
This is hilarious.
You bring in
Amazing.
oh man,
So
dude.
good. So
This was
good.
like, yeah, we're putting together Peaky
The real meat is in the comments, honestly. Like these comments
it's
are
really in the
on
comments.
fire.
Yeah. So partner after sending the project team an ineligible slide drawing via email without contact. So any type of like people love any type of like humor. So oh
I love
man.
that idea. Like you said you had a meme catalog specifically for product?
Yeah. I mean, I'm like
No.
it works well with like anything, right? Like I saw another product manager use this for product management.
Ability.
So what are you being paid for?
The confidence that I have in my taste and my ability to express what I feel. I have no technical ability.
So what are you being paid for?
So I actually saw this dude. It was like
Oh, man,
my
that's so
friends asked me
good.
what product managers do. I was like, yo, that was brilliant. That was freaking that was
that meme alone, I've had friends that like finally get around to knowing my job title at the very least, and they just like randomly send me those memes. But I mean, they're not totally off base, right?
they're really not like any type of like those troll comments too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. It is
Hilarious.
like, and they get like they throw in like a lot. To recommend fire.
Brownstones, water towers, tree skyscrapers, fight fighters and Wall Street traders.
Oh man. It's totally true. Yeah. So like all the like, you know, I'm putting together like a student longing for an internship. Her dad is an MD at Goldman Sachs. Yeah. So we're putting together a meme catalog where like you could just basically kind of just add everything together and then like you guys kind of just make it happen. But common themes, Game of Thrones, Succession, all the Marvel series, you know, people have
Well, I think for product, like anything like startup related, right? Startup tech, like Wall Street Oasis, obviously, like there's a lot of common threads and like experiences that are people could relate to. I feel there's plenty in product also. Like,
product like tech, cybersecurity, working from the
that's
office,
a good.
working from home. The James Bond one freaking killed it. Like they had this one, I remember like it was engagement was off the charts where it's just like they had James Bond pulling up and like the Ashton Martin and it's just like me showing up to the Nvidia earnings call even though I only own 8 shares. But yeah, just replicating like I think proven content um has done like she gets when she gets
Private equity off.
people come back and people actually like there's this one called like yeah that one actually did like pretty damn well too. 11,000 likes. Today's my first day at Deloitte. Welcome, Deloitte to meet you. And then like they actually get into the fucking like deal. I mean, and then did you guys like I'm scrolling here where it's just like they had like Kendall Roy, like this one here, they already had it like a few times. So if you think like if it's working out for you like 7,000 likes, you just change the comment up on top. So that's actually why we're putting together the meme catalog. I did talk to a few of these types of channels where I was just like, um, why do they have like so much of like the soccer content on there? But across like most verticals, you'll have across like most verticals, you will have like whatchamacallit. You will have a lot of the Brits that are on there. And you know, they love the soccer references. Yeah. So once we have the meme catalog, y'all feel free to go out there and go ham, yo. Squid Game. But like 24 to 72 hours after the 72 hours after like 72 hours after 72 hours after Squid Games came out, you saw like a Korean content is actually crushing it. We're like they had like a uh they had one where it was just like G-Dragon showing up to Paris Fashion Week and they're like, me after me after me after I got my my hedge fund offer after 3 years at Goldman Sachs. Where the fucking guy like just comes out, lights up a cigarette, tosses it, and just walks into like Versailles, you know? Yeah, so holy crap. Yeah, so I was like, after 4 hours of spending very unproductive time productively, I was like, if it's Korean content, they won. If it's Korean like this one here, it was like this one here, like when bro finally gets an IB offer after collecting we regret to inform you emails like trading cards. That one did off the freaking hinge. But like what I noticed was like that was like you have to like drop it like 24 hours like after like Squid Game drops. Like our response time right now is not that fast, but it's getting there. But yeah, it was funny. There's like this one Chinese lawyer slash influencer for immigration in Australia. And she's like blending like I'm an attractive Asian lawyer in Australia that's helping people get immigrant investor visa. She actually dropped this thing. She was like, my clients, after they finally received the official, after they have received the official yellow package letter that their investment visa has been accepted in Asia. I was like, wow, that thing just shot up. So like, yeah, people love that. People really love that kind of stuff. Um, yeah. So like, we'll get the meme catalog going in there, and then uh, along with like all the music tracks. Driving home knowing there won't be a second date, but at least I know.
You're still in content consumption mode, Rich.
Dude, man,
You're
100%.
like you're like
I can look at this.
you're
I can look at
Watching.
this shit like all day.
you're doom scrolling with us right now.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I apologize.
it's
Thanks
completely
for somebody
fine.
for calling that out.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I was gonna actually just drop. But no,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Um, no, it makes a lot of sense. But I think you have to mix it up, right? Like you can't do the tired old like, come listen to me fucking droll on for 30 minutes every time you post
True.
some content. And so, I love the idea of like throwing the humor. I love being a bit random with it too. So you're like, there's like a delightful surprise with like the way you know your content's consumed. Um, I'm really interested to see like how the content performs across platforms because like we're starting off, and so Instagram is clearly geared towards people that have a presence versus like a TikTok where it is more focused on the actual content and how well it's received. And so that's something that I'm really excited to look forward to. But I do think like mixing in a bunch of random ass funny ass shit probably won't hurt. Yeah.
5 posts a
I
day.
came in LinkedIn once, and then I got a 1K impressions out of that. So it kind of
Wow.
works.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Everybody wants
you
that
never
like
know.
break in the day, you know, for a little giggle.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. But just to
Yeah.
highlight how guilty of it I am and doom scrolling. I mean, that's basically it, like adding like a catalog on there so they kind of like don't want to actually leave your page. Because I've actually like that was supposed to be
Hmm.
that was supposed to be like a 35-minute meeting yesterday that went on for like 4 hours and then just alcohol after that, right? Where we were actually doing more doom scrolling. It's just outside the office now, right? Uh Thanks for James for calling that out. But freaking A, dude. We were just like one after one after one after one after one, just murdering time. But yeah, that's what people you want to blend in like a little bit of like humor into it. Obviously, you want to mix in like I think some prime content. But the only other thing left after that is whatever offer that you have, it's just adding it into the comments. And yep. If you yeah. I really like the meme thing because like as long as it's like funny, like people don't get called out as much. Like the guy running with like I don't know, the 600 like women in like bridal gowns and stuff. I would have thought like, and that thing dropped like, we're looking at dates and stuff too. That thing that dropped like last Friday. I would have thought somebody would have canceled them or something like that, but like also kind of like know your audience. Like I noticed for like the female influencers, they'll call out like, it'll be like they'll throw in something in there as like, you know, my eighth hinge date with the finance bro this week, even though he doesn't know I'm making six figures because I'm in tech sales. Like, but like knowing like your audience, right? Like Wall Street Oasis plays really well to their target demographic. It's like definitely young, male, East Coast educated. That's like they're trying to print cash and come to New York, beyond like their genuine interest of finance, if you can even call it that shit. Like they're ready to party pop bottles. Yeah.
Hey,
So
I was once one of those douches. Not, I'm just kidding. But I was one of those guys at one point in my career.
yeah.
I
Own
really
it.
like your
Own it
idea
up. I am
earlier.
one of those people. I am one of those douches.
Not as douchey as I was in my 20s, but I
Mhm.
love the idea, Rich, of like everybody taking something away, right? Whether it's like our first post that we could all kind of review together and rip apart,
Mm.
like before we go out and start ripping everybody else up, like we could start with this group here, keep ourselves honest, right? Which I think will be appreciated by like the progression with the audience. Like, hey, like this is my video. You could go back and review how shitty it was on day one versus day 30 versus day 90. And, I think it could be really relevant content.
Yeah. And just start where it is that you guys can go out there and start too. Like yesterday was also pretty depressing because like, so I put up 3 videos myself on I put up 3 videos myself on IG and uh thanks for Susan for actually kind of giving me some guidance on this. But like all 3 of these it was actually done with TikTok. Oh my gosh. If there was and it could only really be done with my phone because like I'm recording it, right? But
Did you use CapCut?
no, I use TikTok.
Oh, it's easier to do on CapCut, but you can do it on TikTok.
Okay.
I
I'm learning, but
really
it was like I had like all these here's the easiest way. I had like all these like different like video progressions where it's just like it lets me like kind of like add in, but like I added the music tracks on there. TikTok was freaking annoying AF. Oh, I gotta stop that. It was like I'm freaking like trying to like I'm like trying to look up that whatever thing where like I have like my head on that thing.
Yeah,
the
overlay.
green screen effect.
Oh,
Oh,
the
I was just
green
gonna put
screen
the green
effect,
screen
right?
effect. It's just you just
Oh my
um
gosh. There was no greater indicator that Rich is old AF to these kids than like there's like 90 different green screen filters. And as soon as
you
you're
just
looking for the
pick
green
one.
screen filter, the freaking music just pops in front of your face. And I'm like, yo, freaking trying to just add this video in.
No,
Is
you
that
just pick
why it's
one.
so?
You just pick this one. And then you just save it. And then so every time you go there, you just do it. And
No, dude, it
it's
was
you
mad
just
complicated. It was mad
yo.
complicated. Yeah.
I
Anyway,
record a video for like 2 minutes and it's done.
oh, dude. Anyways, dude, by like the third one, I had to like lie down. I'm not gonna lie, but I was like, all right, we'll get this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Elephant Labs? What's Elephant Labs?
11 Labs.
11
They're
Labs.
actually one of the faster growing I guess agency is but they're like a product house. They're serving like 60% of the Fortune 500 right now.
Mhm.
I would if I had to like compare them to anybody, it'd be like Plus consulting's like internal agency or product agency, but they're apparently crushing it. And they have a bunch of products for creators. Like you could do audio overlay. You do audio overlay, and it's able to create captions and overlay it on your video for you. It works really well with CapCut and all those tools. I'm like picking up all these tools from all these clippers, basically guys that wake up every morning and download other people's content, chop them up, and make a living doing it. And so that's how much like this content creation, how big of an opportunity this is, because people are just basically reusing or regenerating or repurposing it and doing quite well with it. So
Well, I freaking A. Well, I made my first like I made my first like I think it was like yeah, $83 off of selling like cybersecurity flashcards, dropping that video yesterday.
How'd you
Oh,
make $85?
So I put together like a bunch of study resources. I put together like a bunch of study resources for cybersecurity, and that's actually just what I showed in the video. So like I popped in like, all right, that's like the actual curriculum, right? That like you studied, and I was like, the first thing that you want to go ahead and do is you want to add all of that into digital flashcards. And they're like, oh, people were like, this one guy was like, he actually DM'd me. I haven't had many chats set up yet. Many chats like the message automator. So I showed him like you can go out there and actually like we have all the questions, all the flashcards, we added in there, and then I added everything into this little mind map so that they could study like all the study notes, like you would have just gone through the traditional curriculum, and then I added the mind maps to it. Somebody was like, I'll buy that, like just message me on that. It's like I'll buy that from you like right now. And then I grabbed it. So now we just gotta go ahead and scale this bad boy up. That's that's actually the dream. That's actually like where I can make it the kind of the focus of next week's call, but I'm trying to go out there and figure out how to print like we're trying to figure out how to just print like $1,000 a day off of like digital product sales. Um Wah. Wah. No more calls. No more. So like I was thinking I wanted to be able to call me when you figure it out. But do you think no, I think you'd be a horrible product manager. Don't call me. Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, like if they don't go out there and buy like one of the mini offers, and we don't even talk to them anymore. It's too many of these types of people. But anyways, yeah. So that's what I've noticed too. Like I can make it like next week's call if that's what you guys want to like talk about. But they always have some kind of video, some kind of meme, some kind of photo, and it says like comment this, and then it gets automated. I'm trying to figure out the mini chat part right now. But in the meantime, I was just like, well, I might as well just like start posting up videos because like it literally felt like I went into like a car accident just recording like 3 videos on TikTok because like all the buttons and stuff I was like I felt like I was
It is
explaining
overwhelming, I would say
yeah,
that's true.
how to
A
use like
lot.
a digital camera for the first time, my mom, and they're just like, you're getting old, but they're like, it's been proven. One of our new
Yeah.
interns was like, it's been proven where if you consume mass amounts of new information, it's to fight Alzheimer's. Like, I'm not freaking
Saying that TikTok is really great. I mean, that's where I constantly get hundreds of views every video I post. So
Yeah.
it's one of my best performing
This
ones.
flawless skin filter is wild.
Oh shit. We looked at it. Yeah. There are ways to make yourself look 5 years younger on TikTok.
I,
It's overkill,
that
bro.
makes
It's absolute overkill how much functionality that they have in there. And
Mhm.
like I think how invasive it is when you like as soon as you pop onto TikTok, it's like the content's already in your face versus like
Yeah.
I don't even have like an opportunity to scroll. It feels like you're just getting dropped into like freaking Normandy.
Yeah. It's actually really addictive. Well, actually, one of the things that I couldn't believe was when TikTok filtered out comments for me.
Mm.
That was so insane because they filtered out sentiments. So they don't want arguments in TikTok as much as they want as it's because Meta, you always see controversial and arguments in Meta in the comment section. In TikTok, you have to manually approve things. And it's not filtered by words as much as it's filtered by like, oh, this person is disagreeing with this other person, or this person is disagreeing with you. And then you can either approve it or not. But that's I thought that was pretty great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. But like, yeah, I think the other thing that like anybody that has like any type of foreign language ability, milk that thing because English is obviously the most competitive. Well, when I take a look at that, the K product manager, James always refers to as the K-pop product manager. That homie, like, like he'll make like Korean content too, which like he should because like he got a green card, like going from like international student. That's like the dream is to get the GC, you know. If you have like a big enough reach, like the real game is like just to milk off of like your following. So like Wall Street Oasis right now, or like Instagram pages like Wall Street Oasis, the kind of the low leverage game is making money off of selling like investment banking and interview coaching. Like the bigger is like, yo, we got right now 2 million followers between the ages of like, 18 to, whatever age. And I noticed like all these influencers, it's pretty hilarious. This is one Vietnamese guy in cybersecurity. I'm not going to reference him because I don't want to do any more doom scrolling because I totally will. I send James like 80 videos like a day and shit. But like he actually had this whole like on part of his link tree, he had this thing called like partner with me. And it was just like these are all the followings I have on these platforms. These are all their genders, these are like all their ages. And like it was just like if you want to like, and he would throw out a shout out like so, quick sponsors is Kaplan's GRE and GMAT test prep. So you don't need an MBA to be a cybersecurity, but if you're ready to take it to the next level, like just know like the higher leverage game is like your brand, right? Like you have these tech influencers right now that's just like, people ask me like, what do I do with my money? Well, I park a little bit of it on my Robinhood. Um, and you're gonna start seeing more and more and more companies like put out um you're gonna see more and more companies just invest in influencers. Like there's this one girl for cybersecurity. She's like marketing 3 boot camps. Like it's just whoever pays me more that week. Because like and they'll do it, and she didn't even go through a boot camp. Like if you are an influencer for Product Gym, like I was like, damn, I think we did it the dumbest, which is like getting actual organic homegrown eggs out there. But like it's just like, yeah, my rate this week is this, and then next week, who knows? So um it's like that time when like Cristiano Ronaldo showed up to practice in both Adidas and Nike, and they're like, if you hit this number, I'll only wear Nike. Like, or maybe when I'm walking my son to the movies tonight, I might just put on my Adidas. Like, yeah, so we're not there yet, but we will get there, people. Yeah, so yeah, any other questions before we go out there and basically wrap it up today?
Manifestation time, low-key dream to get a Nike sponsorship.
Oh, did you guys ever do the 25 brand list?
What's
that
that?
Rich told us? The list of 25 brands. Did you guys ever actually do that?
What list of
You
25?
said that in the you were the one who suggested to do that. It was just like list
Was
25
this
brands that
Susan?
you would like to sponsor you.
Oh.
And then you
Does it like,
manifesting.
oh, I could bring that back as an action item for myself next week too.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it's just
same
really
here.
fun because like at one point it kind of just shows you who you are as a person.
Yeah,
After you
yeah.
start putting your brands together, it's like, oh, is this who I am? This is an interesting set of events.
Let's see how that list ends up.
Brand power is insane, dude. Like, do you guys see that one little like meme where like Lisa stole the red carpet spotlight from like Kendall Jenner?
Oh, that was crazy. I
Yeah,
believe that happened. Like,
yeah. Like there's this one other like I don't know if I posted up in the group chat. There's this one dude, like all he does is like they're essentially a marketing agency for like artists, like singers. And he's like, the whole industry right now is studying what Korea is doing. They're like, these people are putting up. They're like 10 years ago, they're like, we want to do One Direction numbers. They're like, now this is like we want to do BTS numbers. That's like they're like these guys are doing numbers right now. Oh, so I love them.
Let's get it.
Let's keep dude, no other country does marketing better than Korea. I was walking into Shinsegae yesterday and I was like, freaking Whole Foods is so amateur. This freaking strawberry jam jar is better than that whole freaking store back in Hudson Yards, man. This is a refugee camp. But they found a way. They found a way to make kimchi hot. All right, fam. Let's get it. I have my 25 brands I want a sponsorship deal with. Let's go up. Susan, you should totally be like repping all that ski and all that winter sports equipment.
I know, I really want to, but I got so injured last week. I want to get
Yeah.
sponsorship from like, I don't know, something like sports
Acupunctures and
recovery.
stuff that I saw you got.
Burton.
Hmm?
Burton.
I don't know. Yeah, all of that. I love it.
Get in
What
there
did
early
you
and
sprain your
often.
knee?
I think I tore
How
my
bad did you hurt your leg?
ACL.
Oh no. Oh,
I
I
don't
thought that was like a
know.
fake video you posted, but I'm like, this looks very real. And I
It was
realized
real.
holy smokes.
Cast and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh
Oh.
man.
Yeah.
I'm getting an MRI soon.
I got it today.
Ooh.
Oh man. There you go. There you go.
Have fun with that,
Well,
health insurance.
feel better. Go look up some like sports recovery stuff. There's like stuff that these athletes use now, whether it's like electrolysis or like a bunch of other stuff that maybe you could
Oh, interesting.
swing
Yeah,
this.
sounds cool.
Yeah, swing this as an opportunity.
Yeah. Silver lining
okay.
in all this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on some meds. I'm so tired. I can't even like concentrate, but
You're on some good stuff.
All good.
Yeah.
All good. Feel
All right.
better.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Later,
Oh, yeah, and yeah, Sean, about that other thing. But everybody stay safe.
Good
And then talk to you guys all
night.
later. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Rich,